Welcome to the Grand Design series for Workers and Resources Soviet Republic, and we're picking up on the 8th of March 1914. And this is quite an important date because 1914 represents the beginning of the First World War, which would eventually lead up to the Russian Revolution of 1917. So we are now within 3 years of our cutoff date so that we can start to expand our economy outwards. And for that reason, what I want to do in this part is tidy up a few bits and pieces, solve a bit of a problem that I've run into, which I will talk about in a little while. And also I want to kind of expand my planning. So I've had a little bit of a rethink with respect to the power station over here. Personally, I don't think we're ever going to need this. So I'm actually going to flag it for demolition and remove it, and that will remove that. And maybe we can put something a bit more useful in here, because the more I think about it, the more I think that the power station here is, we're never going to get enough workforce in to be able to drive it. So that's something that I do need to start considering, and increasing our workforce is going to be quite important. Now, before we get into all that, I've got something to talk about here. And you can see what I'm doing here is a bit of demolition, because I built the, let me just put in here, is it horse? I put in this horse feed converter here, but it didn't work. And the problem I've got is the fact that this V2 version produces aluminium, but this doesn't need aluminium because this is an ordinary vehicle building. You can see down here. And what I did is I went to another early start series that I did a long time ago, and I suddenly realized that there's also a problem with the basic one, in the sense that this produces electronics and this doesn't store electronics. So even the V1 version is. So I looked at that game because I've still got it. If any of you have been following the channel for a long time, you will probably remember it as my first attempt to do a 1900 start. And what we've got to do is, I'm going to look at, get rid of that and look at storage. I'm going to go quick look at storage. What I'm going to need is something like, wow, that's big. Oh, very conveniently just got rid of it. We're going to have to put in something like this Tudor warehouse here, because we need an intervention store. Actually, the Tudor barn might be better, because let me just check this says 40 tons. The Tudor barn can hold 96 tons. Let's see what else we've got here. This is 96 tons of crops, 60 tons of, I mean, we don't need to hold, I think maybe we will go with the Tudor barn. We're going to have to kind of tilt it this way a bit with respect to the road connection. So what I'm going to do is put you in about here. Now, what we're going to have to do is put in the horse feed converter now. Let's get that, clear that. Yeah, this is a little bit more complicated. I mean, we could put in the V2, but we're going to put in the V1, which is technically the correct one for actually building this, meant to be associated with this building. And what we'll do is, wait, I want it to hook to there, please. Now, what we are going to have to do now is clear this and go back to storage again. Here. And then what we're going to have to do is put in, because they can't build due to infrastructure. Yeah, the problem here is that this cannot store wood. So we've got to kind of do a a bit of a double take here. Oops, what am I trying to build a bridge for? What one does come there? You can come there, or you could come there. I think what we'll do is we'll split the gravel road, and then you can come in there. So what we're going to get this working, so it's going to take a little bit longer to build what we need to build. I'm going to get you guys working on that. Actually, what I should have done, we know this can be built, so we'll make that into a single road, then build this in. So it's going to take a little while to build this in here. And that is probably a very good segue into now talking about why we're actually building this building. And the reason for that is, well, we're going to have to take out the wood from here as well, aren't we? Yeah, that's going to be a bit of a problem as well. Now, the reason I'm building this comes down to something. We've got to show wear and tear. If I show you our vehicles entire map. Oh, wow. We've got a built truck here that's... Where are you? What are you doing in the custom shed? I know what's happened here. This is the consequence of one of our earthquakes when the pub burnt down. What we'll do is we'll send you here. In fact, this is a good opportunity to do something, because what that build... I've lost him. Where is he? Now, this guy has got 64% wear and tear. Let me just speed the game up a little bit. He should be going over to here. I'm going to drag this over here, because one of the problems as vehicles age is the fact... Actually, let me just see. Has he got a banner over the top of him? No, he hasn't. So he hasn't quite reached the point where he's going to start breaking down, but he could be subject to random breakdowns because he's got 64% wear. Now, what happens is that as your vehicles age, and the amount that they can be repaired kind of reduces. Now, that's also tied into mileage as well. Now, this guy doesn't got a lot of mileage, so he's got a lot going for him because he's been sat around doing nothing. But we'll just get into here like this, and hopefully he will park up here, and he's now lined up here. What you see, he's being repaired. And I'm just going to let the game run and let him get repaired, because what I want to show you is the fact that he probably won't go all the way down to 0. 20%, 17%, 16, 14, and he's just finished, and he's got 9% wear left. And this is an example of what I was kind of trying to explain, is that he's got 9% wear left, because he effectively, what he got repaired was 45%. And if I go to this little kind of cog here, you'll see it says less than a year has passed since the last repair. So basically this wagon cannot be repaired for another game year. What that means is that eventually, as your vehicles start to develop wear and tear with relation to age, they don't ever get down to the point where they do, and eventually that gets worse and worse. I don't think you can see mileage on this game, which is a bit unfortunate. Mileage would have been a useful addition. So what that means is that some of these vehicles here, like these excavators, eventually will get to the point where their wear and tear will slowly increase to the point where they basically you can't repair it. In fact, there's probably, if we go to age, sort by vehicle age, entire map, what you see here is I've got an assembled crane here, and you can see it's actually 26 years old, and it's already got 39%. And if we go to this vehicle here, you can see that it doesn't get used very much, but this has already got 39% wear. So that is going to be a bit of a problem. The trouble now is what we're going to do with this truck. It's got alcohol in it. Actually, I've just had a thought. I think I can use it. Where's my export one? Yeah, you export to alcohol. So covered exports, right? I think we can employ you in this thing here. And what he'll do is he will drop that alcohol off. So we need to get this built. I think ideally what I'd like to do is get all this set up in this part, but we'll set this to priority, and this to priority. Actually, what we will do is put this guy on that as well. Get the factory connection going. We don't have a lot of building coming in here, but I will be queuing up quite a lot of building in this part. Now, to just give you another update, we've got our steel mill going. We are working on this lot here. Eventually, hopefully this will get, but we are producing a little bit of steel, which has been put into here. So we've now got the ability to start doing this. We've got the brickworks here. I just want to make sure everybody is on the right page with respect to bricks. Yeah, you can pick up bricks from here. Yeah, you're on the custom shed. I want you on this now, because I want to start trickling up that money, because things are going to get a lot more expensive over time. And that, as I say, this here is just a pure waste of money, that power station. I've got a plan for another power station somewhere else. Says these are resources on site. Okay, we've got a new vehicle type as well. What is this? This is a white 5-ton. That means it's a Western vehicle. I think what we will do is, whoops. I think it's time to get, what's the road crew? Where's the ground crew? Okay, ground crew, bricks. Okay. I think you can give an assist to that. What we'll do is we're going to try and get the prefab factory finished. Because if I can get the prefab factory finished, that will mean I'm not going to rush this conveyor connection here, because we need the workforce. And that comes down to this area here. In fact, sorry, aggression. Now, our research here, there are other things that we can research to do with the this building here, but what we need to do is finish off some of this research so that we can come out here. But most of what we've got left now to do with our Soviet headquarters is needs this to be researched to unlock these extra bits and pieces. What we've got in here is repeatable research, so we can advertise in Western, and this is for tourism. The other thing also, actually kind of think it, wow, that's up to 66%. I think what we can do is start pushing up our loyalty as well, requirements for this, and we need to do it for the school block as well. We might be able to put you up a little bit higher. I like to have the schools at the highest because they're the ones that have the biggest impact. I've got a list in front of me of things that I need to do. I'm going to go for steel design cables. The reason for that, I think, is that unlocks the potential for where is it? These high capacity wiring, because I am starting to think in terms of an actual power grid. Just have a look. I've still got no unemployment. I've got a plan for here as well, but I've got lots and lots of little plans to do. But I think I need to go through them in sequence. The rest of the economy is fairly solid. So what I want to do first is over here, because I'm thinking that we need a lot more workforce into here to drive this. Now we kind of trapped ourselves here with respect to going this way. So what I'm thinking is I want the ability to put some more housing possibly down here, so that because eventually I will bring on this second hydroelectricity plant, which will drive this area. And I think, and what I'm thinking is that I can take a power connector off of there. Actually, that's true. There's an underground power cable here. Is that actually? Oh, I forgot about this when I did the delete. We're gonna delete that as well. So right, back to what I was talking about. Just gonna grab an arbitrary house. We've got sewage and water here, so we could put some more accommodation in here. The problem's going to be is whether they could get to the shop and all the facilities that they're going to need. But what I am thinking here, because we know that we've got a store over there, but we could put another store here. And what I would like, if possible, I'm not sure. I thought my ampere houses were okay. Let me just residential, because I should have done enough research to be able to get the what they called the ampere houses in. Let's see if I can find them. Oh, here we are. Ampere house 2. So what I want to do is put you in about here. Now you've got no electricity, but that's no problem. We can fix that. I want to put you there. And then we're going to run you through to there. I want to create enough to put some accommodation into here. Also, what I'm thinking is, because this farm is going to get bigger over time as we get more and more efficient. So I think long term, we're going to need to start thinking about food factories and other bits and pieces. But what I am considering is just have a look at the water substation. Where is that's there. I'm thinking that what I want to do is, if I can flip, that's on that side. If I can flip that side, what I want to do is put in a water supply about there, with a little bit of an overlap. Above ground. I don't think this will split the road, will it? That will still remain one job, yeah. Good. And then what I want to, so I want water supply into here because I'm going to get more denser population into here. because we got our bus stop there, and eventually as we get better buses. But what I would like is an option here. If we can put a water switch in, about there, push it that way. I don't really want a footpath connection. Kind of curve you round like that. I think I'd like, if possible, Q, get you to come to there, get you to come out of there, Q underground, put you there. I think what would do is, these guys don't have a lot to do, so actually no, cancel. Where's my ground crew? Are you the ground crew? No, the ground crew is the store supply is the ground crew. Okay, these guys already picked them up. That's good. So what we'll be doing is expanding out in this direction. Yeah, we got, wow, that was quick. Where we've got research on steroids here. I don't want to go to television yet. It's way too early for television. I think what we're going to do is we're going to explore for bauxite. We're not, when it comes to aluminium and uranium, we are going to try and stay within the historical context. Actually, I'm looking at this. What I'd like to do is have another food factory here and use this silo. But I think hopefully we, oh great. It comes out this side, right. Sorry, you've got to be demolished. Now this is one of the key things when you do an early start, also when you play realistic mode, is don't try to get everything perfect from the get-go. Things will evolve over time. Be prepared to build things and demolish them. Let's just get over to here. Game. I suppose they're waiting for gravel yet. It's going to be a bit of an issue, but there's nothing I can do about it. We're just going to, I doubt very much if we're going to get this built in this part. So that's going to have to wait. We can remove that. Right. The next part of my grand strategy is over here. Because we got a coal mine here. And I think having a power station here will be a little bit more useful. Plus the fact that we've got a rail line here, which is broken. I think what we're going to do, I think the way the game is going is, I think we're going to fill that gap in there, remove that connect. We remove the connectors. That's, oh, that's an upgrade. This is okay, so we can't do that. Okay, maybe it will be easier to build the wood base first and then upgrade it. Anyway, so what I want to do here is let's have a look at the conveyors. It's the wrong way around. Thank you. Let's remove you. You were only a placemaker anyway. So what I want to do here is get a power station. Eventually we'll bring the workforce out from, because we're going to expand the town this way. And then this farm will disappear. And then this farm will take over. And then what we're going to do is put in 24, 25%. Put that way. Can we get anything better than 25? Sort of quick flash of 26% there. Okay. We're going to put a coal mine there. Yeah, so what we're going to do here is put a power station in and also put in the ability to distribute coal. Well, that's the idea anyway. So the next thing we're going to need here is a small aggregate plant. Try and keep the conveyors as short as possible, so it'll be cheaper. And then coal processing, fossil fuels. I'm only going to build the wow. These are really an investment in being able to produce stuff. I think if I flip that, will that be any better? Not really, is it? We can bring the workforce in by footpath, so it's not going to be the end of the world. So we're just going to build so we're only going to have the one coal processing plant, because I don't think we're going to really need to justify doing something like that. And of course what we're going to need is another aggregate store out this side. Now this is where it can get a little bit complicated, because in fact I think what we're going to do is delete that road out there. We need an aggregate store. Actually, I'm going to push the aggregate store. So is this just 2,000 tons? 2,600,000 tons. I think 1,000 tons would be adequate. I think we're going to have to put a fire services out here as well. I think if we kind of do this the opposite, no, because this is the output, isn't it? Sorry, yeah. Right, we're going to put you there. You can join those two roads together. This road can come down following its original path like that, hook to there. Now what I need is a loading point for rail, sorry, not track, what am I on about? Train aggregate loading. Wow, that's way too big. I think this one is smaller. And we're going to have to put a rail loading point about there. And what that's going to do, because when you are setting up aggregate loading, or in fact any form of automated loading, the loading point has to have a direct link to the storage. If you put a conveyor connection in between, the distribution offices will not be able to identify what's going to be needed to pick up. So again, the decision is, if you're going to use manual trains, yes, you can put a conveyor transfer point in the middle. But if you're going to use rail distribution offices, which is what I intend to do, you've got to have a direct link to the store, so that the distribution office can know what's actually in here to be picked up. And it also applies when you drop things off. You drop things off into a store. Now the other thing we need is a power plant, because I think this is the base one. We could put this in, but it's a little bit over the top, and I don't think it's really what I'm looking for. I've got one in here. We got a 1920s here that produced 225. I've got 1930s in here somewhere. Hydroelectric. There we are. Power plant, 1930s. It doesn't produce as much as the in-game one, but that's 755. This one will produce 1,400. Needs 29 workers. It produces roughly the same amount of pollution. We put you around that way. I can put that connection there. Yeah, I think we can put that one there. Like that. And I think we will run mud bread from here down the back of the fields, and we will run through that rail line there. And then what that will mean is in here, cancel that, I don't want it built, and suspend that as well, I don't want that built. This is just planning at the moment. Now what we are going to need to do is we'll go concrete. Now I'm not going to export coal that way. What I want is to be able to I want a nice long outrun. Put you there, except that. We will double track like that. And what we will need to do, what we'll need to do is put in what's over there, except that. And we will need to tidy this route up. Take you out. That's good, that's good, that's good. And what this will mean is that we can pick up coal from here and then use that to export to other places. Okay, so we've got that there. Just want to check on what these road guys are doing. I think I'd rather have you working on this at the moment, full ball, because we have got them also working out here. Because we need to make this connection to this town here, because this is going to be quite important. We've only got 3 years before we can build across the border. I'm just gonna, how are you doing here? You've got a long way to go. What I do, the reason why I'm pushing these things is I want to replace these guys. So the first vehicle that we're going to, template we're going to buy is actually a replace these excavators. And the other thing I wouldn't mind queuing up is over here. Oh great, need to remove that. Okay, we'll just remove that. Because we will, once 1917's gone, we will start planning a brand new town out here. But we will need a lot of prefabs in order to build the sewage outforce, which is another reason why, oops, looks like we've now got our connection with the steel mill. That means we should be using a little bit more steel, which is good. This is coming along quite nicely. We need another 15 tons of steel, but that would be okay. Just want to check. We're up to scratch with the maintenance. Another vehicle I want to replace relatively quickly is the ambulances and probably the horses in here. Where have we got that? It's only the rubbish dump burning down, that's okay. Right, we need to check this research just to keep it going. What we got here is, let's have a look at what we've got still to research. We should, I don't know if I'm actually doing vaccine development at the moment. We don't need pumping stations. What we do need is that we'll research that to finish that thread off. What I do want to do is just check the hospital here. Oh, you're working on vaccines. That's good. Get the health up as high as possible. Right, this has been cleared. I just want to remove that. A little bit of road there. Again, in the similar vein of what we did over there, what I'd like to do is expand out this way. We've got water supply there. How far out will the water supply stretch? We can bring in more buildings over here, which we can do something with. We've got people starting to move into here. I think I would like, if possible, to get some more accommodation into here. I don't really want to go modern residential. I would like something that's a little bit bigger, but at the same time in keeping that. Wow. That's a little bit over the top. Let me just see if I can find my... We got here. We got a brick house here. We got a tower house here, but it's got no Empire house too. But these have got road connections. It's a 50s. It's a bit of a tough call, actually. Police housing. Yeah. There was a building that I used to really like, but I can't remember what it looked like. Which I used to really like building. I want something with a reasonable amount of size. We've got an Ampere brick house, small. Now that would fit in that corner there, wouldn't it? But again, it's got a road connection. That's the problem with Ampere buildings, is they need road connections. So we're not really going to get them in there, are they? The alternative is these. We've got a QL building. Oh, we could put that there. Now, but then we could put in 2 J departments and get 200 people in here instead of 142. We could put that you. Oh, we could give a little bit of character here. We put you. Let's just do a little bit of planning. What is this? This is the. So we could put you there. It's got all the facilities. What's the... Yeah, we can put you just there. And then we could tuck you in there, but that's a little bit over the top. It's a row house there. This has got 102. This is... That's got a road connection. Don't really want that. Got Charlotte there. This has got that's got 128 workers in it. 96. Actually, that looks a little bit better. We can kind of just connect you. Just press that. We can just hook you there, like that. And then put you there, set that. Just make sure that they can reach the facilities. There's a problem there in the sense that that one can't get to a store. That one can, but this one can't. Okay. that's not going to work. This one's too far away, and I don't really want to build a store in here. So you've got to go. So we're just going to just put the one house on the corner here. We can put something else in here which we might need if any of these develop a problem. What we could do is this one can reach that store, but it can't reach this store. Actually, can we? Because this has got like a road connection here. Actually, what we could do is do something like that. How well is that? Will that connect that up? No. That will get us to 349. I think we're at a point now where we could possibly put an asphalt footpath in there. We do need to start thinking about asphalt footpaths. Okay, let's just see if I can put that house back in again. Which one was it? It was Charlotte, wasn't it? No, it's not gonna. To get that connected, we would have to improve the footpaths through here. I think what we're going to do is we're going to go for that. Put you in there. I mean, it's going to be a... Nah, it's horrible. We're just going to leave that corner there. We can get more focus into this area eventually. This is being removed. We'll wait for this to get removed, and then we'll have something in here. Like I say, I fancy some more food production here, because eventually we're going to have to feed this town, and this town. And this town, these are going to need to grow a little bit bigger. Okay, I think we're on the 19th of June and we are importing, but I don't think we've got a food problem at the moment, which is good. And we are making money we're making mainly because we're not building very much at the moment. We do have a little bit of a developing waste problem here, in the sense that this is not removing the waste fast enough because we can't get the workforce down here to do the processing. Again, it comes down to buses. I think maybe it is time to start thinking about possibly, because we're going to need more modern vehicles. So maybe it is time to start thinking about technical services. Well, this is the base game one. Again, I'm still reluctant to use these. This is 4, this is 3. This one's 15. That's for a snow clearance, that's probably a little bit too much. We got a garbage office here, but that I think we're going to have to accept that we're going to have to put in the base game ones now. I think 1914, these aren't that kind of incongruous with the thing. I think if we start by, because eventually we're going to need to start asphalting some of these roads as well. But I think maybe if we start with some clearance there, and I mean there is another little building that you can do, but it's called a street sweeper. And the problem with the street sweeper is the fact that you've got to actually collect the gravel, and that doesn't really fit with what we're doing. So we'll put another one just there and get you built. Okay, we've just finished some more research. Wow, these guys are really powering through the research. Actually, I did uncover bauxite, didn't I? Yeah, we got the bauxite is nowhere near where we are. The bauxite is up in the kind of this area, so it's not something that I'm too worried about. Okay, what we're going to research now. We could go for television, but it's a little bit early for television. Train production. Probably a good reserve one. Metallic scrap separation, steel recycling. Steel recycling is not a bad thing to do, but I think maybe, yeah, maybe we can go for some steel recycling. Just prepare pipeline pressures. Not going to worry about nuclear. Aluminium recycling. To be completely honest, aluminium recycling is something which actually plastic recycling. That we do get a little bit of plastic. Because the problem with things like aluminium and steel and plastic recycling is that you need really large quantities of it to be able to do the recycling. So for example, if we come in here, I mean, we've got 3.73 tons of plastic waste, but you can see it's, in fact, we actually export it, selling that. Let's have a look. This year, exports. You can see we over the entire year, we've exported 2.64 tons of plastic waste. Yeah, and the amount of plastic waste you're getting, you can't really justify actually turning that into something that's real, and I think that's where it's quite important. So yeah, well, maybe sometime in the future we will be able to do that. Right, we've now cleared this area here, and what do we want for the connections? We want a factory here, but we're not that far away from residences, so we're factory, put in food. How much are we actually producing at the moment? You produce 6 tons. We've got the rural bakery here. Can we actually do anything better than the rural bakery? This guy produces 2.2 tons. Wow, no, these are way too big. Plus, we're not going to get it in there, are we? With all the supporting ancillaries. Don't want canned. That's too small. Yeah, these are... If we could get rid of these fences, we could put a food factory in here, but no, I think what we're going to have to do is... Where is the... This is the small factory, old food. We got an old food factory here. Oh, yeah, this has got no output, so this is going to be a waste of time as well. I mean, it produced 14 tons. How much internal storage has it got? 15 tons. 2.2. Actually, put in bakery. You got 6 tons. You got 3.6. I think we're just going to have to put in another little bakery in here. Yeah, we're just going to put in a rural bakery here. Just tuck that in there. Again, we'll just get rid of that. And what storage are we using over here as well? This is the small warehouse. I think that is the actual game one. We just see... Yeah, I think we can just go with the in-game one like that. Just tuck you in there like that. And want to bet there's a fence there. Yep. I'm really starting to hate the person who put the fence in there. There's a little bit of a footpath there. I think there was a house here originally. I think you can come there, and then we can put you into there. I think the only thing with the rural bakery, actually, let me just see. Yeah, I think that will work. We can get this built into here. That connects there. Yep. And then what we can do is use this as an intervention stall, so we don't have to demolish this. And then we can bring the crops from over here to there. Right, let's check this. This has been built right. Build that into there. High priority. High priority. Get the maintenance crew on that. And on that as well. Because that needs to be high priority as well. And then we can hook in this bit here. So we'll just get that built. Right, we're on the 13th of July at the moment. Just want to make sure these guys are... this is there. You've got to unload to there. I think we'll drop you down 30%. So you're ready to go. And you're ready to go. We've got some more slots here. Got the money. What we got here? You're picking up logs. Where are you taking them to? The horse veterinarian. I think what I'm gonna do is we've got the money, so we're gonna push out for an open hole. Have I clicked on dollars again? Much as I would like to buy capacity, we don't really need a big one. Actually, maybe speed would be, no. Capacity. I think we'll get another one of those in here, and then what we'll do is we'll get 1, 2, 3 of those in here. And then we can use these guys to kind of cover this area here. We've got a lot of steel here. Missing resource. I'm not exactly sure why we got so much steel here. Well, we're going to need it anyway for this area here. Plus the fact it would be convenient to be able to put some steel into here. In fact, I'm kind of thinking maybe that's an option that we could do it here. If, say, for example, you cannot assign any more buildings. Okay, so we've got no space here. I'm just wondering who drops off here. Okay. Where is it? Has this not been renamed? Okay, I need to rename this. Crop distrib. I'm looking for someone or something here that's... Okay, these are all covered holes. These are all covered holes as well, I think. Yeah. Right, I'm going to need a small distribution office here. Nothing major. I think we can just build you off this corner here. In fact, probably just do you with mud roads actually. That's the road crews, pick that up. Where's the ground crew? You've picked it up as well. I think you could probably do all the groundworks and most of everything there without using these guys. Anyway, I'm aware that I'm running out of time, so I just want to do a quick check. These guys have got nothing in the way of maintenance. Well, we are really staying on top of the maintenance, which is good. How about over here? No maintenance. I think what we can do is give you can actually. Yeah, I think if you guys have got nothing to do, I think what we can do is get you giving an assist with this. Yeah, it's workforce again. I mean, we could use a foreign workforce here to try and speed this process up, but I think we're going to be okay. It's just a question of doing here. We get loads and loads of bricks. I don't want to export bricks at the moment because we need bricks, so that I want a contingency there. We've got this area to finish. We certainly do need to start thinking in terms of rail lines here. But I think at the moment I'm more interested in getting this done here. Yeah. Oops. But what we do need to do is start replacing these. Anyway, this is where I'm going to leave it. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Hope you found it interesting. What I'm going to do is play on and get this actually finished. So in the next part, we can then take a really serious look at how to replacing these. In fact, what I'll do is, well, we might as well buy a blueprint. I'm going to push it here. What I want is an excavator. Gold. At the moment we've got horse excavators, which gives us these things, horse-drawn excavators, which gives us a excavator speed of 3. This will give us an excavator speed of 7, plus it will also double as a bulldozer for 9, which is better than the. This is what we're using as a this one. Okay, so so if we can upgrade, get rid of our horse-drawn excavators, because I think this is what we're using at the moment, also as a bulldozer. Also, it gives us a speed level of 10 for actual farming. So I think if we can get that, we can buy that template there. It's just spent 91,000 rubles, but that's okay, because again, I think if we come into here, we've got the Banal sewing machines, which is, I think, is even faster, but that's okay. Let's just see what we've got in here. Yeah, at the moment we're using thoroughbreds to produce our crops. Anyway, this is where I'm going to leave it. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Hope you found it interesting. And until next time, whatever you do, enjoy your gaming.